how are you seeing the manufacturing sector per se, and what type of effects has COVID-19 and the pandemic had on the sector?
Yes, well, certainly the manufacturing sector, specifically in Nigeria, as indeed in all other economies, has suffered tremendous impact from COVID-19. It is a major sector in the Nigerian economy, particularly in the area of providing employment, jobs, output, and basically a key factor or a key sector in the structure of the Nigerian economy. So the impact of COVID has been very significant in many respects, particularly coming as it did only, if you like, a short period after we came out of an earlier, as you are aware, earlier recession. And of course, the impact is actually, we slipped back into recession for a short period, only coming back out about the last quarter or two. So yes, the impact has been quite considerable. It has also exposed some of the underlying weaknesses of the Nigerian manufacturing sector, in the sense that over the years we have become largely dependent on imported inputs, from raw materials to spare parts to machinery to equipment, and of course, to financial services and so on. So I believe in that regard, first, it's been a wake-up call that if we are to build the kind of resilience that we expect, that we need to build in this sector, obviously there's a lot to do in terms of new policies for industrialization, new strategies for the development of the sector, and of course the development of the economy as a whole. In particular, I think diversification has now become a real issue. As you are aware, over the past 5-6 decades, Nigeria has become almost totally dependent on the oil sector, particularly for government revenues. And this obviously is one of the contributing factors of the first recession we fell into in the 2016-2017 period. And of course, it's also contributed significantly to the lack of resilience when the pandemic hit us. So in a sense, the pandemic has been obviously a painful experience, but also, like I said, a wake-up call for us to begin to look at the structure of our economy, look at the policy framework that we need to put in place to ensure that we have an industrial sector, and especially a manufacturing sector, that is resilient and that can sustain growth through these turbulent times.
I was just going to say one last thing, Engineer Ahmed, if you have one last comment that you would like to share to the readers of The Economist or to the investors of Nigeria looking to invest in manufacturing or any other sector, do you have one last comment for them?
Yes, I would just say that despite whatever you may read, despite whatever you may hear, I believe that in Africa, particularly as Africa itself becomes more and more integrated, especially with the initiative with the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement coming, Nigeria is going to be the key to Africa. Nigeria is going to be the place to come to. So any investor that really is looking to Africa, and frankly, from all I hear, Africa is the base for growth, for economic and social growth globally in the next century. So I think this is the time to come to Nigeria.
Yeah.